Hey guys, it's Brett. Several people have been asking me, what did you get for Record Store Day? So I grabbed all my stuff together. I made two piles here and I'm going to take you through it. I kind of wanted to wait a little bit so I could get a chance to go through and listen to most of this stuff. And so I have two piles. I have stuff that are the Record Store Day exclusive releases, and then I have stuff that I found in the regular used bins. Record Store Day, I was super busy this past weekend, but I did manage to pick up some gems. Thank you to the Record Room, Brent and John over there in Scottsdale, and then also to Zia Records. Now, Friday night, I had to take a quick trip out of town down to Tucson, which is about an hour, a little over an hour south of Phoenix, and stopped in Zia Records there. And I'm going to show you those first because I was really blown away by what I found. So let me start right off the bat with, I found the Posies Dear 23. I've had this on CD, Seattle band. The two of the guys from the Posies went on to replace two of the members in Big Star when Big Star reunited. Big Star represent. This album's fantastic. You know, hearing it now, several years later, it, you know, I get a sense of almost a little bit of REO Speedwagon going on in the vocals. But I'll tell you, this is the first thing I played when I got home, and I listened to it twice, even though I had a pile of loot here. So, yeah, I'm really happy to find this. I've never come across it on vinyl. I picked up a really near-mint copy of Simple Minds Street Fighting Years. Last summer, I was in San Diego, and I found a copy of this, and I left it behind, and I regretted it the second I came home. So I found this. It was just $5. And I think this is a underappreciated album by them. There's some really great tracks on this one. So Simple Minds. UK copy of The Missions Carved in Sand. This is also near mint. I'm guessing these came from the same collection. This one has Butterfly on a Wheel. My band Audra's gotten to play with The Mission a couple times. We played with them back in 2002, and then I did an acoustic show opening for Wayne Hussey of The Mission and Miles from the Wonder Stuff about 5 or so years ago. Killing Joke, Outside the Gate. This is from 1988. I grabbed this immediately. It's another UK pressing, and it's mid-period Killing Joke. I just had an opportunity to listen to one side of it. It was an album of theirs I actually wasn't familiar with, and it's okay. I'm gonna have to give this one more time. I really like their really early stuff. Their first several albums through Nighttime, I think, are just excellent. The Waterboys mini LP from 1983. If you're unfamiliar with the Waterboys, start with the album This Is the Sea from 1985. Incredible. So this is a 5-song EP or mini LP with songs from their debut album. Really happy to find that one. For years, I always look in the H bin, always hoping to find these two records. Always. And when I flipped through the H's, I was in shock because they were both right there. So I picked up Human Drama. This is their EP that came out in 1989. Hopes, Prayers, Dreams, Heart, Soul, Mind, Life, Love, Life, and Death. This is a four-song EP that preceded their first album, Feel. Now, Human Drama, Johnny and Davina is the leader of the band. No longer together, but we were label mates on Project Records. We've played with them before, and I've had this on cassette, CD, and I actually picked up a sealed copy of this back in December, but I found another copy for $2.99. Looks unplayed, but this is the one I never had, although I've had the songs. And you know, I've had the opportunities to order this online, but I was just waiting to find it in that H bin, and Record Store Day was the night before was the time that it happened. So this 4-song has their Neil Young cover Old Man, Nothing I Judge on it, I Bleed For You, which is an excellent track that got left off the album, and The Waiting Hour from Feel. Really happy to find that. 12-inch single for the UK band Sad Lovers and Giants. This is 7 Kinds of Sin, backed with The Outsider and Hours to Kill. Haven't had a chance to give this one a spin yet, but really looking forward to it. A couple more things. I stopped in then after Record Store Day was over, I think a day or two afterwards, and I'm just going to include this. over at the Record Room, they had an enormous stack of rare David Bowie records. I mean, lots of stuff I've never seen before. This is one I'd seen before, didn't grab it in the past, but I couldn't pass it up because it was in such beautiful condition. This is Images. This is a compilation from 1966 to 1967. And a lot of people are not familiar with David Bowie's first album, the one that preceded Space Oddity. His debut actually came out in '67. It was just called David Bowie, and opens with the track Uncle Arthur, ends with Please Mr. Gravedigger. I've never had that on vinyl. It's super hard to find. I know it was reissued, but it's expensive and I can't find it. But this has every single song on there, as well as some additional tracks. It's a 2-record set, gatefold. Really happy to find that. So thanks to the Record Room for getting that great collection in of Bowie. So I listened to that and it was just wonderful. And then my brother dropped off some records on the same weekend, so I figured I'll just throw them in there. A really nice copy. He picked this up at Goodwill of the Good Morning Vietnam soundtrack with Robin Williams. And then my brother and I are both huge fans of Julian Bream, classical guitarist. I've talked about him extensively. This is one that I didn't have. This is Julian Bream and his friends doing Boccherini and Haydn with the Cremonia String Quartet. So I haven't had a chance to play this one yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. All right, so now, record store day. You know, people are complaining, eBay scalpers and stuff. You know, these are records you don't need. You know, we want them. You know, I mean, it's inevitable people are going to sell them online and they're going to buy them and they're going to jack the price up. You know, take Record Store Day for what it's worth. It's not just about these exclusive limited edition records. It's about the fun. It's about going to your record stores, hanging out with other collectors, supporting those local stores, and just having fun. You know, it's not the end of the world if you don't get them. But one thing we can hope for is that the labels and the artists stop doing such limited runs and open it up so it's not 300 of one 7-inch, but you know, there's 2,000 of them, so everyone can enjoy it, and maybe that'll help bring down the prices. So let's start with these 7 inches. These first two I've been playing non-stop, and I'm so excited because Peter Murphy has a new album coming out in June called Lion, and this is the single for Hang Up, but it's a dub mix. It's the first single that came out. There's a music video, but it's an alternate mix of it, produced by Youth from Killing Joke. And the B-side, I'm On Your Side. Now, the B-side for me is the absolute highlight of this single. I've been playing that so much. It is on this cool silver vinyl. And the dub mix of Hang Up is pretty cool as well. I prefer the album version that has been released already, but it is well worth it for the B-side, I'm On Your Side. Makes me think of the Cascade era B-side to the Scarlet Thing and You single, Wish, which was phenomenal. And it blows your mind how some of these songs are left off the album. Another 7-inch I've been playing a lot is the Mazzy Star, I'm Less Here. 2 non-album tracks. This is on a clear bluish color. One thing, it always blows my mind, you know, it's like when you put this on, it feels so light, and you put it on the turntable, and it's always such a strange thing to think, this is the music, you know, you're putting on one song, and now, you know, people that are fixated on digital music and MP3s and iTunes and stuff, you know, it's crazy because you don't actually see the song, but you actually, when you hold a single like this that has 2 songs on it, you're actually holding the music. It's just it's still such a strange thing. It still always blows my mind how someone invented you can put music on something like that and you play it with a needle and it makes sound. It still, to this day, is a fascination. I haven't had a chance to play this one yet, but I was really excited it came out. I'm a huge fan of Roz Williams and Christian Death, and this is the Edward Culver. Edward Culver was a photographer that did all the early Christian Death photographs, as well as lots and lots of bands from LA, from punk scene and all kinds of stuff. So this is a 2-song single. I haven't even opened up yet, but it folds out. I think it's on white vinyl. I could be wrong. But on side 1, it has an alternate version of the opening track on their debut, Only Theater Pain, Cavity, First Communion, and then it has the Lord's Prayer. And there's some unreleased photos, never been seen before. I had never seen that one before. Rick Agnew on guitar, Roz Williams. Really cool. Really looking forward to that. Here's one that probably hasn't been shown in any VC videos yet that I've seen, or any vinyl community videos. Yeah, guys, I picked up the Katy Perry's Prism. Double picture disc album. I just think this artwork on this is beautiful. Now, I don't mind picture discs as long as they're music and it's not an interview or something, but I'm just going to take out one of these records so I can, I'll show you them both. I mean, look at that artwork, just beautiful. And these actually sound pretty good. There's the back side of the first record, just beautiful artwork. Pull out the second one. You know, I don't like this album as much as her first two. I really like the second one. I thought that the second one was really good. There's that one, and another picture of her frolicking out in some sort of a field of wheat or something like that. So that's Prism. Grab that. Yeah, and it has a lyric sheet in there in the inside of the packaging. Oasis, Supersonic, remastered. So it's got Supersonic on the A side, and then B side, Take Me Away and I Will Believe live. This is cool. And Oasis, there's some rumor, there was some tweet that went out today by Liam Gallagher. Looks like Oasis may be getting back together, and they are reissuing their first album on vinyl, Definitely Maybe. I think that comes out in a month or two, so I'm excited for that. So some Oasis Supersonic, played that one already. Excellent. Joy Division and Ideal for Living. This was their first release, 4 songs. It was originally released on 12-inch, and then it was on a 7-inch as well with different artwork. I have a 7-inch for it. Yeah, so it has Warsaw, No Love Lost, Leaders of Men, Failures. You guys have probably seen this one being showed. I haven't even played this one yet, but it will go on the turntable most likely tonight. And then lastly, I have to send a shout out to my friend Jesse, Dream Pop Jesse. You guys know him from my Saturday Night Music Clubs and the old Turbo Planet videos, and vinyl community member. One that I didn't get at the record room, Jesse found for me at Zia Records in Tempe, and that is Graham Parsons, 180 gram alternate takes from GP and Grievous Angel, limited to 3,000. This is number 369. This is alternative mixes that I've never heard before from his first solo album and his second one, and it includes 3 of the songs that were left off of Grievous Angel: Brand New Heartache, Sleepless Nights, and The Angels Rejoice Last Night. A really interesting version of Hickory Wind with an intro that I had never heard before. Yeah, really good. Super excited to have that. 2 records, and then it has a little card in there from Graham's daughter Polly, who died who was only 5 years old when her father died, and it's an advertisement for the Hickory Wind Ranch Recovery Community, which is a drug rehabilitation for, I think it's for artists and musicians. I don't think it's just limited, yeah, out of the entertainment industry to help them find sobriety. I thought that was a really nice touch, adding it in there. Yep, so that right there is my Record Store Day 2014 take-home records. So thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Talk to you soon.